This is Joshua Hart here, 4 seconds out. Delighted today to be joined by new Wasserman signing, Harlem Eubank. Harlem, it's good to see you today. How is everything?
Everything's good, man. Excited to be here with a solid plan in place with Wasserman. I've got a great relationship with the guys here and ready to push on now. You
mentioned, obviously, wanting to push on. It's been quite the frustrating year for yourself. Just bear with me for a second. There we go. Obviously, you haven't fought in nearly a year now. Last time we saw you was last November. How was this little... Obviously, I'm not saying you took the break by choice. Obviously, I know some matters out of your control. But how has that little break been? Has it helped you freshen up a little bit? Or do you feel there could be a loss of momentum for yourself?
It's been frustrating. I've prepared for a fight 3 times over, in training camps. And the fight hasn't materialised. So, very, very frustrating time in my career. And... I'm just happy to be in a place that I've got something to work towards now.
So I think the most notable thing that's happened as of late is obviously facing off with Adam Azim in the ring, and then the fight falling quiet a little bit. What went wrong? Why did that fight not materialise in the end?
I just come off of a statement performance in November, a great homecoming night. And I was obviously had big offers and opportunities on the table, and we chose the Azim fight. Signed for June 15th. He pulled out of an ankle injury, and a date wasn't rescheduled. We had dates thrown to us that didn't materialise, and we're not going to sit around waiting for anyone. It's time to focus on my career and target big fights in the division, but not waiting around for anyone else. It's time to move and continue on the path to become world champion and take all comers along the way.
Is there still any interest in the Azim fight in the aspect of, you mentioned obviously not waiting around for anyone, but if the fight makes sense at the right time, is that a fight you'd still consider?
Definitely, we want that fight. I've prepared for it 3 times over, so I was ready to go in there and make a statement, and we welcome that fight when it comes around, and it's a fight that we 100% want.
And obviously, we also know that you're now under the management of Jamie Conlan. I was talking to Jamie earlier, and he was saying that you're a very unique character to work with. He says that, but he's also said it's an absolute joy to work with you. What is it like, obviously, now being under the management of Jamie? We know what he's done for other fighters. Are you excited for this journey to take place with Jamie as your manager?
Yeah, Jamie's always been involved in my career. It's nothing too new. He's always been, he's always had influence behind closed doors, and now I take more of a role, but. It's nothing new that Jamie, I've got a great relationship with him. Him and Mick, they're like family. So, it's nothing new. But we're excited to take my career to the next level now and push on to big nights.
Is Chris Eubank Senior still involved in the management side of things in your career?
I think Senior, he'll always be involved in some capacity in my career. He always has been and always will be, and that's up to him in what capacity he wants to be involved, but he'll always be there for me, as he has been before.
So is he not in that same role that he was? Obviously, remember last time you had a big announcement here, it was announced that he was going to be a big part of the management. Is that role not the same as it once was?
I think he just wanted to take a step back publicly, from doing the stuff that comes with boxing, but he'll always be involved in some capacity, and a lot of that will be up to him in what he decides he wants to be involved with. But he's always been there for me, and he always will be.
And then you're recently back from Japan. First of all, what was the reason that you found yourself out in Japan?
Just to kind of clear my head before coming back to get going. I've done 3 training camps. I've been in the gym all year, and I haven't got to fight yet. So very, very frustrating time in my career, you know, which I haven't experienced yet. And, you know, I got the chance to go to Japan just to clear the head and come back and continue the path to where I want to get to in the sport.
Did you not feel like staying in Japan for just an extra day or two to go watch Naoya Inoue today?
I did, but had to get back to business. I'm excited to take on this next phase of my career now, and yeah, it's time to get cracking. You know, I've been away from the ring far too long, and it's time to build on my last performance, and yeah, get some activity again.
And what was your time like out in Japan? Obviously, you mentioned you was going out there to clear your head, so it wasn't for any like training camp or anything. What was your time like just being in that different country?
I mean, I'm always training wherever I go. I'm always doing some type of training, and that was no different. But it was a great place, very interesting culture, very very good for, you know, fashion and you know, advanced kind of seeing different cultures and how they operate always adds to you as a person. So you know, I definitely feel like I've taken things from there to bring back to make me, you know, stronger in terms of my character and how I'm, you know, going to approach things in the ring. You know, there's a long culture of martial arts from Japan, and it's cool to see little bits of that there.
Would you recommend Japan for anyone? Would you say it's a good place to go for people that are considering it?
100%. You got to go and check it over there. Tokyo and Kyoto especially. Them two spots, highly recommend.
Well, I'll clip that little bit out and put it out there for the people to know. Just another thing, Chris Eubank Jr., he's been announced that not only is he signed with Boxer, but he's going to be featuring on the Beterbiev versus Bivol undercard. A fight that has seemed to have drawn a lot of criticism from boxing fans around the world. What are your thoughts on the criticism that's being hurled at him at the moment?
I haven't seen too much of the criticism. I'm happy that he's going to be involved in the Riyadh season cards. It's you know, it's evident that Turk Al-Sheikh is shaking up boxing. You know, he's taken it to a level that it hasn't been for a long time, and I'm excited that Chris is going to be involved with that now, because he'll bring another. You know, he'll bring more entertainment to those cards. You know, with Chris always comes entertaining fights and build-ups, and to be bringing that to Saudi is going to be very interesting to watch.
Would you like to see him? Obviously, we know that there was rumours of him possibly being the front runner to face Canelo before Edgar Berlanga got confirmed as the opponent. Would you like to see, once Eubank gets through this fight on October 12th, would you like to see him step on and challenge himself for world titles and the top dogs in the division?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's been out the ring a year now, so obviously he'll have one to get flowing again, and then I'm sure he'll be targeting big fights. You know, the Canelo fight is one he wants, the Saunders one. There's many big fights out there for him, so I'm sure after this one that he's going to get cracking with some of the big names in the sport.
Well, Harlem, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we see some fight news for yourself soon. Cheers.
Cheers.